Today we are entering into the depth, even more depth than what we had done. So hopefully you should be able to understand. There is a sutta EN 12.61, a Suttava Sutta, okay, where he talks about Chitta, Mano, and um, Vinnana. So the person does not really know what's happening. So he misunderstands that it is permanent or it is going to continue because he sees no end to it. He can see the body's ending, at least we can see it. But what about the mind, what we call as mind? Right? That's it's a very good, intriguing question for everyone. And we need to know that this question exists. So hopefully you know the differentiation. If you don't know the differentiation, it is time to understand the differentiation between the Chitta, Mano, and Vinnana. Okay. So during this session, if you find I'm going slightly faster or deeper, you can stop me. You can ask because it's very important to understand. So first thing what I'm going to do is, before I go into any detail, since I want to do it practically, first thing is that what is Vilas? So you can put yourself, what is so and so person? What is Aryu? Or what is Niru? What is Kalpana? Like that. So Vilas is 6 ayatana. That should be the answer. Now the question comes where it is like that. If somebody has gone to MN 148, Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta, the starting point is that. Niruji, can you also come on video so that Ritu is there, Aryu is there, another one or two people, if it's there, we can play the game. If it is not possible, then don't have to be on the video.
2 मिनट के बाद मैं आती हूँ.
हाँ, no problem. And anybody else, if you want to join, it will be good. Okay, so the more the video, the better it is because we are talking about Salayatana, 6 ayatana. So if I say I am, it's ayatana. That's all I need to know. So if I say Vilas, it's 6 ayatana. Okay. So when Buddha says Chakuncha Paticca Rupecha Uppajjati Chakku Vinnanam, it is the ayatana, not the physical eye. And hence I was telling Kiratan 2 days ago that it is mental eye, mental ear, mental nose, mental tongue, than anything physical about it, like this physical eye. That's not what we're talking at all. So when I see a person, I see only ayatana, the field of experience. So where is the female and the male? It is a field of experience. You can experience as a female, you can experience as a male, but there exists no female, no male. What exists is just kaya, but what is seen as is a female. That's the difference. So the first thing I need to understand, if I put Vilas, is just an ayatana, sense basis, not the sense door, sense basis. So in MN 148, Buddha starts with that. Let me teach you bhikkhus on the 6 ayatana, internal, 6 ayatana, external. Clear? So basically, there's no Vinnana there. Now, when he says chakuncha paticcha rupecha pajjati chakku vinnyanam, based upon the ayatana, the field of experience, or the field where it showed, the vinyana arises. Looking at Vilas, Vilas has 6 ayatana. So what can Vilas experience is in 6 ayatanas. And when the ayatana is there, its job is to give an experience. So the vinyana, the consciousness, what we call, is actually cognition. Even though we put English word chakku vinyana, eye consciousness, it's not really anything called as a consciousness as what we understand as consciousness. It's cognition, to know that something has come onto the door. Say, the wife comes. The wife is in the ayatana. And uppajjati arises. Knowledge that something has come. Tinna sangati phasso. These 3 becomes phassa, contact. And then the Vedana starts. So if I see my wife, 5 minutes ago I had fought with her, she comes again. Dukkha Vedana. If she had spoken very well and she comes, Sukha Vedana arrives. Or Adhukka Sukha Vedana, because there's nothing to argue, nothing to love, so neutral. When this comes, in the Chitta, it is shown as, colored as Raga, when she is very good. When she is very bad with me, it is Dvesha, Dosa. And when she is neutral, it is Moha. Okay. So how many Chittas came now? Saragam, Sadosam, Samoha. How many feelings came? Sukha, Dukkha, Adukha, Asukha. So if somebody were to ask how many consciousness got produced from each one of them, it's many. Okay. Based upon that object, even though it's just 5 elements, but it has a name, nameable, with characteristics. So each ayatana is going to give each result. So it can give up to 18 results. In the same sutta, MN 148, also in Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, Buddha explains that 18 Manopavichara. So you can have a Somanasa, out of that, a Domanasa, and Upekha. So now you have 6 into 3, 18 of them. Okay. So what started as 6 consciousness turns itself into 18 experiences. Or what started as a 6 cognition became 18 experience. Based upon however you want to take it. Now then the question comes, what is Chitta? It's from the root word chit, to shine. It just stays. The defilements or asavas or whatever can flow into that, and it turns itself into that. So the chitta arises and passes away. So there is no permanent chitta also. Okay. Hope you are clear till here. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
question, sir.
Yes.
So
Right.
cognition and Vinyan, cognition and consciousness, are those two the same? And the other question is, when Chakhu Vinyan arises, or Bhan Vinyan, or any Vinyan, does it come simultaneously with Mano Vinyan? Or if not, then who is identifying the three types of uh, uh, Vedana?
Who is what?
Who is identifying the three type of Vedana? So does Chakhu Vinyan itself can identify if it's a Sukha Vedana, Dukha Vedana? So what's proliferating in Ayatanas?
There's nothing like that. Number one, there is ayatana. There's nothing proliferation into ayatana. There is ayatana. And there is vinyana. There is chitta. These three things. First, you need to know that. Ayatana is the field. So you can't say there can't be any field. There is field on which everything is played. The drama is played in that field. There can be a good drama, there can be a bad drama, but drama is failed. A field. Drama is played in that field. Okay. For Vedana to happen, there should be cognition. In English, they use both the words cognition and consciousness. Consciousness makes someone feel there is something really there. But when I say conscious, means you're cognizing it, you're knowing it. That's all. So it's a knower of the field is consciousness or cognition or vinyana. The field is ayatana. And what Buddha calls another one, Mano, is a faculty like Chakku, which is also an ayatana. Clear? Now, I recognize Niru. Now, how did this recognition happen? Did it happen in the Chitta? Did it happen in the Mano? Did it happen in the Vinyana? Did it happen in the Ayatana? We can't do like that. It looks absurd, and you can't even understand, even if I say that this is how it happens. You might not be ready for understanding that. Now, what can I take then? Here is what I can do at the max. The field of experience, the Mano Ayatana, the Chakku Ayatana, the Sota Ayatana can coexist like the 6 light bulbs which slowly dim, which I spoke yesterday. So even though the face is seen and it is gone, since I am repeatedly seeing your face, there is an experience of Niru as though it is coming, it is a free flow, it's flowing continuously. But when you speak, that is replaced because now the conscious experience is on Sota, not much on seeing you. But since it slowly dims, I can still feel I'm doing a multitasking, that I'm seeing you as well as I'm hearing. At some point, this will fail because the bulb will switch off. Either I will not hear what you're saying or I'll not see all the features. It's impossible for me to see both the feature and you at the same time, meaning hear and look at your facial expression completely. Not possible. And Mano Vinnana also comes to cognize and say what you should be doing or what I should be doing with you. Should I answer this way? Should I answer that way? What are you asking? How are you asking? All the dhammas will start to flow at once, which then makes both the eye consciousness and the ear consciousness go down, replaced by Mano. So now, when you finish asking me the question, the Vinnana takes all the load of it and start interpreting it. And then some using some language, it is being said. But what's the role of Chitta then? The Chitta job is a quality. It takes what is given. If I say my Chitta is this, it's not like that. Anything can flow in that Chitta. It can be irritation from your question can flow into the Chitta, so I feel irritated. There can be a pleasant feeling flowing through the Chitta, so I feel pleasant. Okay. So basically, if there is a pleasant feeling because of the contact between the senses, which is nothing but ayatana, then the Chitta will have raga. So through pajanana, knowing, and he uses the word veditabbo, it's like Veda knowledge. What knowledge should you get? Oh, saragam va chittam, saragam chittam pajanati. So my chitta, this chitta, no, my, just to say my, I'm just putting it. This chitta is filled with raga because the pleasant feeling is coming from the ayatana. And the Vinnana has caught that pleasant, because that's what it knows. Whatever knows, it knows. So chakuncha paticcha rupe cha upajjati chakku vinnyanam tinna sangati phasso phassa pache vedana yam vedayati tam sanjanati. So whatever one feels, one perceives. So for me, Niru is a pleasant feeling. So every time I see you, Niru, I feel pleasant. That's my intention of meeting you. So what is that I'm going to say? It's a pleasure meeting you instead of pressure. What if you give me tremendous pressure, Niru? I will run away in 5 minutes. You say, Vilasji, I'm sending you a ticket to Ontario. Will I come? Unless I want to go around Ontario. No. Who will go into a lion's or tiger's mouth? Why? Because the first impression what I got from the ayatana is dukkha vedana. So every time I see you, the dukkha is replaced by the face. So I remember how you spoke to me. How can this happen? Because the ayatana is the field on which this Vinnana is residing. So it says, Vilas, you see this animal coming? Yes, yes, yes. Remember how she spoke to you? She was too rude with you. Shouldn't talk to her. Yes. So the Mano Vinnana has taken over now. So Chakku Vinnana saw Niru. There was no Sota Vinnana because you did not speak. There was no Ghana Vinnana because I don't get the smell of you on the video. And then the Jivha Vinnana, I'm not tasting you anyway. Kaya Vinnana, I'm not touching you. But Mano Vinnana, Chakku Vinnana are now, Vilas, look who has come.
And the memory. So there is a
The
role
memory is coming from Mano Vinnana.
So the old store
Whatever,
is
yes, comes. So now I have two choices. The first choice, having allowed you today, from tomorrow I will not allow you into the Google Meet. Best thing, right? Better thing. You keep on trying, messaging me, Vilas ji, I'm not. You try. You'll get it. The best thing. Second, I allow you, but I'm getting totally worked up inside. Okay. Now, what's the difference between a normal person and a Arya Puggala? In this situation, I will tell you. Because I'm going through this situation and Arya knows it, what I'm saying. So a normal person will keep the irritation alive. An Arya Puggala can dismiss that person for the better of that person, because he's creating or she's creating more problem for herself rather than me. So in the good interest of that person, supposing somebody is arguing for, if tell him something, tell her something, that person keeps on arguing for no reason. So what would even a Buddha do is to dismiss that person, saying that, why don't you go elsewhere? He is doing out of compassion. Why? It's harmful. You might, or that person might know that he's talking to an Arya Puggala. But having known that I'm into Arya Puggala and knowing that he is having or she is having much problems, instead of taking the negative side of things, that person will just dismiss him or her, making him or her feel not okay with it, which is better than allowing that person and making things even more worse for that person. Right? Why? Because we are on Dhamma. Now, what would happen if you are on Dhamma? If that non-Arya was still not get into Sotapanna, might have hundreds of questions. And he or she can become nasty with those questions, trying to feel whether he is right or he is wrong or this or that, and so many different things. What the person does, what this Arya Puggala will do, he will dismiss that person. Whereas a normal worldling will consider it as an insult and he is burning inside. So then where this is happening, where this burning is happening, the burning is happening in the ayatanas. It's experienced in the Vinnana, because Vinnana knows it. This is burning, this is good, this is bad, this is this Vedana, this is that Vedana. The Vinnana knows it. And hence it is called Vinnana. Otherwise, there were no need to call it as a Vinnana. So when I get a pleasant feeling after seeing you, every time I expect in the field of experience, which is ayatana, that it is a pleasure meeting you. The day you make it painful, in the ayatana, it is replaced by painful feeling, and hence the Mano Vinnana will now register Niru is painful. And in the Chitta appears Sadosa, meaning Dvesh, hatred. So every time I see you, Niru, I feel irritated, even though you did not speak a word with me. The very sight of Niru is intolerable because the past memories from the Mano comes and takes the center stage. The Ayatana, the field of experience, will have irritation. So what can you do with your face? I don't know. But I don't like your face. There are some people who says, I don't like your face, or what what that poor guy can do. Because it's six senses. So we need to know that whomever we are meeting is just six sense bases or ayatana. And that is where all the drama is happening as a husband, as a wife, as a child, as a son, as a daughter, as this, as that, including being an American, being a Canadian, being an Indian, being a Vietnamese, being this, being that, being a software engineer, being just an engineer, being a mechanical engineer, being a lawyer, being a this, being all the becoming is happening only in this because that's a field of experience. So there are 12 ayatanas, 6 as an internal sense basis, 6 as an external sense basis. So what we are really called as Vilas and Niru is basically 6 ayatanas. You having your 6, I having my 6. 6 children are fighting with another 6 children. And who is right, who is wrong, we don't know. We keep on fighting. Eyes will fight with eyes, ears will fight with ears, nose will fight with nose, tongue will fight with tongue, body will fight with body, mind will fight with mind. And this 6 is termed as mindset. Then I'm it's set of 6. So the 6 attack that person, and he's also that 6 fellow. How can he do this? How can he send an email like this? How can we message like this? These 6 irritated pairs will now talk to the other 6 irritated pairs, trying to challenge. And the Vinnana is just knowing it. It knows, oh, you're fighting. Oh, this is dukkha vedana, dukkha vedana, dukkha vedana. Keeps on jumping. And the chitta will be filled with only dvesha. So now you understood what is ayatana, what is mano, what is chitta, what is vinyana. So you had to break a person like this. Then you see where is the wife or the husband. They no longer exist. Because whomever you are talking is 6 senses. Whomever, you talk to the dog, 6 senses. You talk to your mouse, 6 senses. You talk to the lizard, 6 senses. You talk to cockroach, 6 senses. Okay, you talk to a snake, 6 senses. Now, where is the snake? No, that's just a label. Just for identification. Sanya, perception. But there's no snake. Then I tell my wife, you are like a snake. She says, aha, as though you are not a snake. You are a python, I'm telling you. You call me python? You're a cobra. No, no, you're worse than a viper. Right? Now the cobra changed into python, python changed into a viper, viper changed into so many things. I'm telling you, I'm going to break your bones. Break one and show to me. Which bone? What bone will you break? It is only six senses. But that person says, no six senses, I am. Oh, you don't know. Okay, I now know that your six senses. Tell me which senses you don't have a problem. All six senses have a problem. So 12.61 of Anguttara Nikaya does not agree that there is a single person. It's just the flow of conscious experience as this or that. So he says one thing in the morning, another thing in the night. So if Sanil thinks that he's married to someone called Smita, he's wrong. Because there's no Sanil to meet Smita. And by the way, Sanil is a Malayali and Smita is a Maharashtrian. I don't know how this equation worked. Chemistry, biology worked. Only they know it very well. But then they are just six senses. So whenever you see your nice sun, just know that you're talking to six senses. Like he's talking to another six sense. So first thing I need to understand is anyone I am is six senses. So just to put it in a proper perspective, the internal are chakku, sota, ghana, jivha, kaya, mano as Pali words, which in English we can call it as eye, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. The external, when I see you, what is that? So know me and others, yes. So the external is the rupa. There's no niru, it's the rupa. There's only sadda, sound. There's only gandha, smell. There is only rasa, taste. There is only pottabba. And there is only dhamma. Let's take an example. I'll not take female, then it becomes a big issue. So I will take male. And that also now becomes an issue because it becomes gay. Anyway, I don't know what to take. So let's take ice cream. So neither gay nor lesbian. So let's take an ice cream. The ice cream has no ice cream in that. There is no ice apart from the cream, and there is no cream apart from the ice. But you will not find any ice in the cream. Ice is one thing, cream is another thing. But they made it an ice cream, which is like Vilas. But when you put it in the mouth, you get salt, sugar, and milk products. Where is ice cream? So the external object is nothing but rupa, the form of that ice cream. It doesn't make any sound. So there's no sadda, let's say. But if I am, it will, some sound is coming, sadda, sound. Gandha, smell is there of ice cream? Yes. Yeah. Rasa, pottabha, are you not touching it? But it doesn't have life, and hence there is no dhamma because it doesn't have mano. But then the question comes, does it have then eyes, ears, nose? No, it doesn't. But you are creating appropriate and saying that what a fantastic ice cream. You created it. It never had it. So, what the consciousness is saying, it's a good ice cream. You should have more and more. So, Vedana came. It's not some Vedana, it's just Vedana. You get pleasant in the eyes. What an aroma. Just put in the mouth. I never had this ice cream. And I'm just waiting, eagerly waiting to meet Avanti. You know for what? Ice cream. I'm counting my days, Neeru. Today is 4th of June here. 4th of September, the session, the retreat starts. And 1st of September, I don't know where she takes me in New York. First things first, whether I meet our family or not, I need an ice cream to touch that ice cream and to taste that ice cream. So, how many consciousness got produced? Chakku Vinnana, Ghana Vinnana, Jivha Vinnana, Mano Vinnana, each in different levels. But yes, they got coming together. And that four consciousness, when flows in a nice, non conflicted pattern, is called a ice cream. And then you remember where Dhamma, in the Mano. So now forever, whenever I go to New York, I only hope somebody is going to sponsor me again to New York. Then I love this ice cream. So next time around, I'll say, by God's grace, some idiot were to sponsor me. I will not tell I'm coming for ice cream. Then I remember that road and I ask what happened to that ice cream store. It's there, but today is Tuesday, it's closed. Shit. Now the Dukkha Vedana came. And in the Chitta, it is Sadosam Va Chittam, Sadosam Chittam Vajana. Now I know how the Dvesha came. Is because of that ice cream. So if I replace ice cream by Niagara Falls, will I have a dosa? In India, we prepare dosa. And in Pali also it is dosa. So we should say dvesha or hatred. So the moment some other person at that point in time, not Avanti, she's not going to welcome me again. So I have to find another customer who can do that for me. So I'll find some person, say. And he takes me around to Niagara. So my dvesha is gone. I don't even ask for ice cream. Why? Because that Sukha Vedana is replaced by something else. And in fact, I will give a sermon. You shouldn't eat ice creams. It's not good for health. Vilas, few years ago, you were desperate to eat ice cream. You sat for 19 hours in a flight just to eat an ice cream. And that's what it is. So, external object is external, but it's still ayatana. Please remember, the experience is coming. So don't think that external objects don't give experience. They do. And hence we fight for that experience. So if my husband is not good, I want him to change or get changed. Throw him out. How? Let him file a divorce. I will not leave him. I will not divorce, but I will ensure. Baba, that guy is six senses. What will you do with that six senses? I will teach him a lesson. Okay, please teach. Which language? Which language will you teach him? And you think he's going to get lessons from you? No. So, this is the problem of six senses, right? So, what Buddha says is like a monkey going behind trees. Take one branch and jump to another branch. So the Vinnana keeps on jumping from this to that, to that, to that, to that, to that, because of the Ayatana experience. Oh shit, this is experiencing. Okay, now this one, now this one, and now this one. So the Chitta keeps on getting polluted by Raga, Dvesha, Moha. And hence, there is no Nibbana. That's the analogy, or sorry, that's the operation of the Chitta, which in Buddha's word is known as vipassana. It's not closed eyes and looking at some stupid sensation, thinking that that is going to do anything to you. No, it's a live thing. You keep on seeing what is coming, saragam va chittam, sadosam va chittam, moham va chittam, Vitaragam vachittam, Vitadosam vachittam, Vitamoham vachittam. We finish six of them. So I'll take some examples for your thing and tell you how it works. Okay. So let me start. Saraga Chitta. Let's take office, Vilas. He is attached to praise, salary, status, comfort, affection, admiration. That's rag. Why? In the ayatana, the experience of going to office is that, right? And in my office, everybody's appreciating. Vilas, you're so good. The way you solve our problems, extremely glad. We These days it's hard to find a right employee. We found a right employee, so we give you Employee of the Year award. Wow. And because of that, we are promoting you. Even more better. Unfortunately, my manager has not joined. Otherwise, she would have been laughing at what I'm saying. And then what happens? Attached. Because I want that. So, Saragam Vachittam is coming because of this side, which is Sukhavedana. So, going to office is Sukhavedana. Correct. Even on Sundays, I will work now. Why? It's so better. Then comes Sadosa. I get one worst manager because of my promotion. That manager is not good. Neither he takes any action or he allows me to take any action. For everything I bring him forward, he'll say, we will see, Vilas. Boss, do something. We'll see. What's urgency? Give me some more details. Give me some more detail. I get frustrated. I can't do anything. It's office. Let's say it's a female manager, she can put a sexual harassment case against me. So I'm scared. So what do I do? And she's from LGBTQ community, even more worse. So I get sadosa chitta. I get irritated by her look. She puts one blue color paint here, some weird kind of earring here, only one earring, some other stupid kind of gestures. And she doesn't agree with anything. And she says, don't call me she. Then what should I call you? I don't know. You find out. So the office records say what should be called for LGBTQ. So you have to select that and call. And otherwise, the HR will say, Vilas, how many times have we not taught you how to address an LGBTQ community? Oh, sorry, very sorry. No, because I called her, she's irritated. So what does she do? I don't know what she does, but I'm feeling that person is not good for me. What is the moha here? I didn't see the conditionality. I made that personality as the worst personality to work with. So I'm unable to work. Some moha. Then sankhita. My chitta is so contracted. Going to office is now a strain. I'm telling you. I have now updated my resume. I want to upload it on LinkedIn and go through my friend circle saying that I got a worst manager in my life. Can you help me? My friends will say, Vilas, just know you got promoted. Yeah, I love the company, not the manager. So Sankit, contracted, dull, withdrawn, burdened, heavy, targeted. Then it becomes Vikit, scattered. I'm called now as the most absent minded person because I sincerely don't know where I'm going. I'm driving, I'm thinking I'm good driving home, but I went, instead of Bangalore, I reached Mysore. Why? I took an exit which took me to Mysore. I was only thinking about this manager, drove and drove and drove in 2 hours' time in Mysore. I'm seeing where did my house go? And I stopped, I was scared. What happened? Then somebody said, why, sir, what happened? No, I'm wanting to go to my home. Where is your home? Sir, this is Mysore. You have come to Mysore. It's not Bangalore. Oh shit, how did I drive here? Did you drive? Yes. No, you have to take a U turn and go back. See my manager, how she can do for me, or whatever that person is, how they can do for me. So then now I'm driving. Now I went past my home because I didn't take a proper exit. Unfortunately, that's the reason. Since lot of absent-minded people are there in India, we don't have exits like in the Western countries because they know Indians means absent-minded people, so they're always absent because they're always in Vikita, scattered. So when a Canadian or an American comes to India, they can't drive because they're unscattered. They want everything. They say, okay, tell me what time are we going to be meeting? I just want to know, just in case, You say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Because here, the travel time can be anywhere between 5 minutes to 5 hours. So how can I say, I know? So my mind is scattered. Vikita, his mind is condensed. Then samahita, Let's say Vilas gives up that manager's symbol, nimitta. Thus, adukha vedana, which was there, it will be transferred to adukha sukha vedana. And hence that vikitta is gone. It will become samahita, steady, composed. Then he will have one tea. Why I was driving like this? I'll do one thing. I'll appoint a driver so that at least he's sane, I'm insane. So he will drive me back home instead of I driving to Mysore. Then vimukta. He is mukta of that manager. Because at that moment, there was no raga with the office. There was no dvesha with that office. There is no moha with that office. And hence, the chitta is in vimukta, released from the bondage of the ayatana. So let me stop today with this. I can do another few more hours, and that will make your mind explode, or your brain will be exploding into 100 pieces. And tomorrow morning, there'll be a lot of questions on this, on that one, that one. So I'll cover all 16 chittas using Vilas as an example. You have learned this in Satipatthana Sutta, and you have not even known what is Chitta Anupassana, or there is no Chitta in Anupassana itself. And there's a course by that name called Satipatthana, which makes me laugh in amazement. And many people have done it. Excellent. So, in conclusion, Mano takes the identity or the story as an object. Mano. Remember this. Mano Vinnana is a constructing thing which is creating the conscious experience of that mental object. The Chitta is showing whether the mind is attached, anapayo, no attachment, just the light is unconditioned or conditioned by what is happening in the Vinnana and Ayatana. So, in mind, you can be in bondage. In mind, you can be in liberation. It's up to you. So, if you are blaming your husband or your wife or your children or your neighbor or the rat or the cat or the bird or the insect, there are only six senses. Whom are you blaming? But if you fall in love with your wife or husband or children or dog or a cat or some pet or something, you're again fallen in love with the six senses. So there is no one other than the six senses. So if I fall in love with a woman, I need to ask this question. Am I loving her hair? Maybe, quite possible. Am I loving her eyebrows? Quite possible. Am I loving her earring? Because that is what would have attracted me. Quite possible. Am I loving her nose or this face skin or the beautiful lips? I don't know. She has put a nice lipstick which stands out. Maybe at that time it looked like that. Or am I in love with her kiss? Who knows? Maybe. Or am I in love with her tongue? When I kissed, I also had a taste of her tongue. It's yuck, but still, why not? So tasty. Otherwise, why would they say, please kiss the bride? Now you are husband and wife. Please kiss the bride. And his nose will go in her nose. Then the other parts of the body, which I don't want to use it here for the sake of maintaining discipline. Okay. And after that, what does she do? Urinate and does feces, which is exactly what I'm also doing. And we both share the same toilet seat forever. What a shit thing. One shit thing with another shit thing. One shit is called husband, another shit is called wife. And these two shit produce another one more shit called a son or daughter. And all the three use the same potty. And for that, they require a bedroom, which they call it as a bedroom. It's children's bedroom, and this is our bedroom. Okay, enjoy. But just six senses. I don't know which wife I'm talking to, which husband I'm talking to, which children I'm talking to at all. And when the chitta lets go of this madness, it's released. And end of suffering. So ayatana will not now do any problem. One problem with puredhamma.net, especially what May shared, they consider ayatana itself is defiled consciousness, which is not true. Sariputta explains that in Sanyukta Nikaya 25.35232, I think so. I'll give you the exact reference of that sutta. He says, Sanyojana, Chakku is not a Sanyojana, nor the Rupa is a Sanyojana. The raga which comes out of that is the Sanyojana. So you can't make it as the ayatana itself is defiled. That was one thing which I didn't like with Lal Pinna Duage, who maintains that puredhamma.net site. Otherwise, it is good. He goes by a Thero called Vaharaka, so that I and Eru know it very well. So, since May shared that, I just wanted to give her clarity that why I said what I said yesterday in that it's not ayatana has any problem. Ayatana is going to be there till your life ends. If somebody doesn't believe in that, go to Chula Shunyata Sutta MN 121. Even if you're an arhat, ayatana is going to be there. It's not defiled. Defilement means some dirt. That means already the ayatana has dirt. No, not at all. Because of association, it can accumulate dirt, and that flows into the chitta because through Vinnana. That's correct. So while Vaharakathero did his best to explain that how it works, that partially it is correct, not completely wrong, but saying that forever it will be like that is wrong. So May, hope you got the answer on why I said what I said. Yes, May, go ahead.
I was reading that passage, yes, from puredharma.net, and then he said, you know how if you go down the Paticca it says, avidya, from avidya, then you get the sankhara, and then eventually lead to salayatana. So what I got from that was that for salayatana, you always have to have ignorance. And I thought, so an arahant, if they didn't have ignorance, then you wouldn't get to salayatana. So I wanted to get a clarification on that bit. Is
Okay.
that
Wait, so Bobby messaged me something, so I went into reading that I was getting that sound ting 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 ting. Okay, yeah, sorry. Can you repeat that for me?
Okay. So in the puredharma.net about the ayatana, Lal had written that to get to ayatana, you had to start with ignorance leading to sankhara, then leading to consciousness. Yeah, sorry. Yes, and then name and form, and then getting to salayatana. So what I got was that to get to salayatana, you had to have ignorance.
Yes,
And then
absolutely. See,
yes.
it's like this. There are two things we need to understand. One is that in the Salayatana, it is Patisamutpada, way through which you can resolve it. And in the Indriya, it is through Indriya Samvara. Supposing you are doing Indriya Samvara, then there's nothing else to be done. But if you are on the Salayatana, like what Buddha talks in the Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta, then it starts with ignorance. And in that ayatana, you have I as a person, myself. This my eyes and my ears and my nose and my tongue and my this one, because that's how it works. So I don't say may that he is completely wrong, but the way it's defined as defilements, which I used to believe earlier before I experienced what is mentioned by Buddha in the Salayatana Vibhang Sutta. So the view got changed. And also the sutta by Sariputta.
So
okay. Yeah.
So when you're just talking about the Indriya Samvara, then because that's just a sense faculty, so that doesn't. I guess you can't look at Paticca Samuppada. Just look at Indriya Samvara separately. Is that correct?
Yes. So that's the reason. If you see in the 15 Charana Dhammas, he talks about Indriya Samvara. If failing that I can't do the Indriya Samvara or I don't know how to do the Indriya Samvara, then you have to apply Patisamutpada, because that's the only way you can cut off this thing. Otherwise, it's not possible. So, in that way, what Lal is put there is right. Its defilement's already flown. So, you have to go by Avijja Pache, Sankhara Pache, Vinnana, because Salayatana is part of that. Because Ayatana has happened. But it is not a thing like always Ayatana is defilements.
So sorry if I'm ignorant. So in an arahant, in an arahant, do you have salayatana or?
Yes. It's there.
Yes,
That's the reason
there.
I said what
yes.
I said. Look at MN 121.
Yes.
He says, Jivita Paryantam Ayatana is going to be there in this life. Otherwise, that Arhat cannot recognize that he is Sariputta standing in front of him, because Ayatana is required, the field of experience. The field of experience is where Sariputta comes. So I can't say Sariputta, Buddha, this person, that person, Aryu, and all that will not come, because now I don't know who am I.
Yes, you couldn't interact with us if you couldn't experience it. You wouldn't know who's coming.
But there is no Raga, Dvesha, and Moha. That's only different.
Thank you.
Sure. Yes, Bobby, I read through whatever you sent. Nothing that can be done. Anyway, Bobby can't reply because he's in retreat doing serving, so joined from there. But anyway, so Ariu, he has sent it to Bobby. Our friend has sent to Bobby.
He's trying to put something in our chitta, but it's not happening.
Yeah. Yes, Niru, go ahead.
So just from the previous discussion, animitta. So whatever is appearing in ayatanas, so you may receive or you receive them as nimitta and now you have to do animitta.
Yes,
So
that
this
is part of Indriya Samvara. Now I'll tell you what happens. Now that the ayatan is already having the experience, that field is there, right? So then Indriya is different than ayatana, which I spoke 2 days ago. I think if you still remember, okay, it's a controlling faculty. You can, that means it can self discipline itself, not getting attached to anything. So it get attached due to nimitta, sign, and byanjana, describing what it is. So by chance, I practice this Indriya Samvara where I will not make a sign nor I make a symbol. Then what happens? Now, there is no experiencer per se. So it doesn't flow into ayatana at all. Where I don't have to do anything further because there's no nimitta. So he says, na nimitta gahi hoti. That means he doesn't grasp onto the sign. Na nana byanjana gahi hoti. That means he doesn't take any description or any explanation, story of that thing to experience. But what if I grasp it? Then it is it's in ayatana. So I have to apply patisamutpada to cut it out because the dukkha is happening in ayatana, not here. So what do? I have two places to cut, either in the ayatanas or in the indriya. So then what should I really say is the salayatana is the one which is the five khandhas, rupa, vedana, sanya, sankhara, vinyana. So by chance, I could cut the upadana to that five aggregates. Then the dukkha is ended. There's salayatana, 6 ayatanas. Salayatana pachaya phasso. The contact is happening due to the ayatana. So you cut it. Without phassa, there's no vedana. Without vedana, there's no tanha. Without tanha, there's no padana. There's no padana, there's no bhava, jati, jara. Because the wife is coming in the ayatana. In the chitta, it's only sukha vedana, no. Dukkha vedana, no. It is replaced by raga or dvesha. The chitta doesn't know what is coming there. It only knows that, this is raga. Oh, this is raga, this is raga, this is raga, this is raga, this is dvesha, this is dvesha, this is dvesha. This is moha, this is moha, this is moha. Yes, may.
Is with Indriya Samvara, is it always signless?
Yes. That's what he says,
Animitta
no?
is signless.
Animitta.
Yes.
No animitta.
So when an arahant is usually in Indriya Samvara or practicing it, do you have to cut? So you cut that to experience us, to
I'll give you a
interact with
very
us.
simple example, may, which I've been giving. I don't know how many times I have to give, but still I give.
Sorry.
It's okay. You don't have to be sorry. I did it in 2023. I went to VRI, Vipassana Research Institute. Is it a symbol or not? It's a sign or not? It is. But originally it's just a building, right? If you really take it at the base, it's just a building. But the ayatana, in the ayatana is stored VRI. Chakka ayatana is seeing VRI. Sota is hearing VRI. Ghana ayatana is smelling VRI. Kaya ayatana is touching VRI. Mana ayatana is having dham of VRI. Right? So it's going, it has put SN Goenka and Ubakin and SN Goenka. And then he has put there in the tradition of Ubakin. What am I reading? English. Where is Ubakin? No person called Ubakin is there. So who is creating Ubakin? Ayatana. Should it create should it create Ubakin? No. Should it create SN Goenka then? No. It's just a building. So what's the difference between this basement and the basement over there in that VRI? It's the same. I have the same car which was here. It's getting parked in that place. That's it. So did I enter into VRI? No. Yes, I entered a building where I entered all kind of buildings. So this is another building. And that building is named as VRI. It can be named as anything else. It can be called as Smith and Smith Company Limited. It's fine. Like VRI, it can be called Smith and Smith. Goldsmith and Silversmith Limited. From Smith. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Now, there is a registration desk. Vilas, are you going to registration desk? No. It's just a desk. To that extent, it's fine. Now, I went and met assistant teacher, AT. They call here as AT. You call as AT, CT, PT, MTP, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. There's one sixth senses sitting in front of you. He will give some paper. He will ask something. You blabber whatever you want. Then he will say, sit in the Dhamma hall. Is there a Dhamma hall? No. It's just another room. So you sit there. Then they put some player cassette. Supposed to be Goenka's voice. Supposed to be. Who is making it up? I. But what is coming? Voice, sound. So where is Goenka there? No. He is giving some instruction. That instruction is coming from the cassette or from the CD or whatever they are playing. So why are you getting worked up, Vilas? Just sit there. There's some instruction. Just like you sit in a plane. There's instruction. This is a seat belt. You tie it like this. You have been doing that for years. So will you get upset with that? Oh, who the hell he can play this? I know it 100 times. No. Just do that. It's just a sound. Fasten your seat belt. Yes. Keep your tray closed. Yes. Keep your seat in upright position. Okay. That's it. Done?
So the animitta and the signlessness, it doesn't have to be completely nothing. It's fine for building to the basics. It's fine.
No.
Sometimes I was thinking, does it have to be completely nothingness and everything is blending? No, you can understand it's a building, it's a person, but as long as that person is not like, so for example, Eriyu, and as soon as I go Vilas G, that's it. That you, it's not signless. But if you see just a person, it's okay. You don't, yeah.
Yes. So as long as I don't create something there, it's fine. Right? So when I go into VRI, if I am in VRI, that means I am in Goenka's technique. Right now I'm putting in my mind, I'm in Goenka. No, you're not anywhere. So na idha, na hura, na ubhayamantare, esevanto dukkhassa. So let's put Bahya Sutta's thing in practice. So I sat there. Are you not sitting here? Can you not sit there? Will you get leg pain here? Yes. Will you not get leg pain there? Yes. What will you do if you get leg pain on your seat? You'll stretch it. What will you do there? Stretch it. Simple, right? But if I make something special, that means the ayatana has got caught up. It is already defiled. So I have to agree with Lal Pinnu Duwage that it is defiled consciousness. Because now it is defiled by raga, dvesha, moha, or by whatever. It is there. Now, I need to use patisamutpada to delete it. Otherwise, it keeps on going in circles. So then, day one over, I had to see the video. See the video. How does it matter? Why should I make it as Goenka? If I make it as Goenka, then all problems start. Either I will have raga for Goenka or a dvesha for Goenka. No, there's some video coming. You just watch it. So what do I watch? His head goes from like this to like this. Again, it goes from like this to like this. And the mouth is going up, down, and all that. It's just an animation. Watch the animation for another 1.5 hours. And after that, over, come back to your room. Is that your room? It's a room. What's the difference between this room and that room? They both are room. So why are you fighting Vilas with Goenkaji technique? No, nothing there to fight. But you hate Goenkaji a lot. No, I don't hate. I don't love nor hate. I'm just saying what Buddha said and what Goenkaji is saying. Other than that, I'm not liking or hating. And that's it. Stick with that. And the Dhamma will show for itself. Should I have to do something? Nothing. So, did you finish your 10-day retreat? Somebody asks. Say, yes. Did you like it? That's the question. Yeah, I did what I was supposed to do. So, if they ask me details, what all did you achieve, Vilas, while you were there? And say, on third day, I got Dhara Prabha or whatever is called free flow. Oh, good. Then on the seventh day, I had a bhanga. Very good. Then on the eighth day, I had cessation of the six senses. Done. What else can it offer? Nothing. So when assistant teacher asked me on the eighth day, you're doing very well. Thank you. Where did you learn this? I told him, learned it through Buddha. You're sitting for 10 days here. I can do it in 1 hour. That's the difference, is what I found in the Buddha and Goenkaji. Then he said, suttas are theory. I said, you require theory to do practice. For your own benefit, please study this sutta. You can do it half the time than what you're sitting here. And I ended. Whether he did or not, I don't know. He said, very good. And then I was telling Bobby yesterday, after the course ended, not only the assistant teacher was happy, the entire students were meeting me, asking me, what really you do? I said, just follow the Buddha. Because they were seeing what I was doing. It was quite evident, the experiences, what was coming. Out of 90 people there, 45 plus women and the remaining men, all could see it. That this guy is strange fellow, something different. That's it. So should I take it as a compliment? No, you know from the beginning. You've done this all the time. So it doesn't matter whether I sit there or sit here, sit in this seat, sit on the flight seat. It's the same for me. No difference. And there's no nimitta of the flight. When I sit in the flight, it's as good as sitting here. How different does it make? So there's no Byanjana. I'm flying by United Airlines. So what? No, I'm going business class. So what do you mean so? It's so nice. Business class is nice by any chance? It's anicca. You can only sit for next 9 hours or 10 hours. It's viparinami. That as the time progresses, your experience is shattered. The viparinami. Anyatha bhavi. You will have to give up this seat. Became otherwise. So Bangalore to Frankfurt, 9.5 hours. Gone. Now Frankfurt to Newark, another 10 hours. Okay, So you have to leave that UA flight. Nothing that can be done. So do you want to possess it? No. Just let it go. So then, esevanto dukkhasya, the dukkha is ended.
I guess with the signlessness, like if it's just a building, you can't, like the Buddha said, you can't be in this or in that. You just know it's a building. Whereas, like you said, if you make it VRI, suddenly you're in it and you're thinking
Yes.
this, happening. And
So now,
yeah.
if I were to use the exact Pali words in the Bahya Sutta, what does he say? He says that first you have to have manyana. You have to have a conceiving that VRI exists in truth and fact. Right? Otherwise, you can't even experience it. So, natina, natatta, not in this, not in VRI, not otherwise. Natatta, na vidha, ne vidha, na pura, nor in the starting point of it, nor in the ending point of it, nor anywhere in between. So when I took my car inside, it is just a parking spot. Does that matter whether it was a VRI parking spot or a Costco parking spot or a Walmart parking spot? It's a parking place. For whom? Not to you, for the car. It's not your car, it's a parking space for the car. It's your car, somebody's car, somebody's car. It is the same one. It's the parking space. Can you limit this to the parking space? Yes, parked. Good. If you park the car, you have to get out of the car. Either somebody having Mercedes Benz, so have to get down from the car. If somebody is having BMW, also have to get out of the car. If somebody is having the worst car in this world, so has to get out of the car. In the same way, the consciousness has to let go of this body. Good body also, it has to let go. Extremely good body also, it has to let go. Extremely bad body also, it has to let go. Same, car and that. You have to get out. Once you get out of the car, it's no longer your car. Because it's not your car any longer. You are not the owner in sitting in that car. The car stays where it is. Now, when you sleep, it's like a car. And the body lies there as it is. Where is the person? Gone for good. Now comes VRI. Once you are inside the building, where is the VRI? The board was outside, but is the board inside? No. So, didn't I do dhite dhite mattam bhavisati? Yes. Sute sute mattam bhavisati? Yes. Mute mute mattam bhavisati? Yes. Vinyate vinyate mattam bhavisati? Yes. So didn't I experience Nibbana for the entire 10-day period there? Yes. Should I go to VRI to learn how to get Nibbana again? But you went. I didn't go for myself. I went for one assistant teacher who was behind me. So I just finished it. Done. And whom should I follow? The Dhamma, not the Buddha also, because Buddha is in the Dhamma. Yo mam pasati, so Dhammam pasati. So I should not follow anyone. Just follow the Dhamma. It shows the way. So should I break my head if somebody is upset with me? No. Should I break my head if somebody is appreciating about me? No. Let both of them live happy, because they are only 6 senses. So why should I fight with 6 senses and lose my sleep over the 6 senses? Anyway. Any questions? Yes, Harry, I think you had or you didn't have. Or okay, good.
Just one comment. Or so nimitta keep arising, and I am animitta so it's a continuous process.
Nimitta doesn't arise, madam. You keep nimitta because you want it to be fixed, stable, right? Nimitta never arises and passes away. You make nimitta. What is nimitta? It's symbol. So if you have gone on a woods, meaning you went on a trek, what will you do? If you don't carry map, what do? You mark there with a chalk, so that when you come back, you can follow through. Right? That's a trail. And why you do it? Because you require sanya, perception, to come back. So nimitta makes perceiving possible. So VRI is perceived by the mind. That is a real VRI there. And you need to do this course. Little realizing that this nimitta is only for conventional purposes, not for real experience. But when that retreat becomes a real thing, that means I am in VRI and I want to achieve this. I want free flow or dhara prabha. I want this bhanga jnana. I want, that means I and that is there, right? It's never going to work. Because you're carrying dukkha. You want. And I'm saying it's anitya or anicca. How does that both work? On one side, I'm agreeing it is anicca. On the other side, I'm making it nicca by symbolization, by nimitta. It's not going to work. So obviously it's going to be dukkha. So the nimitta, you make it just for convention, so that you can come back whenever you want. Vilas is a convention. Vilas is a symbolization, but there's no vilas exist. But by calling vilas, there's an existential. You make it real. Hope you understood.
So nimittas don't arise, they are there, and I have to animitta.
Yes, you have to desymbolize it, because if you have taken it to be real, you have to desymbolize. If you have not taken it to be real, then they don't have to do anything. Yes, Harry.
Yeah, I had a question, but it's already very long and I have to go too. But maybe I can just, if you can answer in one sentence.
Yes, I'll try.
Yeah. So, so earlier you were describing this this sense field and all that. So I'm thinking a scenario when someone's very good looking. So my eye had a lot of pleasure looking her, and ear had a lot of pleasure hearing her and all that. But one day I found out she's a bad person. But that mind corrupt everything, saying it's a dukkha. So now if I see her, I no longer get pleasure. I get dukkha because the mind has colored it, right? So the one sense the mind can color everything, right, in that way.
Yes, because of Sukha Vedana, it colored itself as raga, and now that dukkha has happened, it has colored itself as a dvesha. Coloring is happening in the Chitta. The basic feeling is happening in the Vinnana because of ayatana.
Okay, I guess in this case, this mind has dvesha can override every other sense door, having the raga.
No. Wherever it is touching, you get dvesha out of it. If it is on the Dhamma, then you get that. Like the person who wrote to you and wrote to me, if I read his message, and two things can happen. One, if it's creating upset in me, it means he's right.
Yeah, I guess my
Wait a
question.
second, wait a second. That reading is Dhamma. And that Dhamma is creating Dvesha in the Mano. Chakku is not creating Dvesha. There's no Sota. There's no Ghana. There's no Jivha. There's no Kaya. There's only Mano and Chakku.
Yeah, I guess that's my question is when I see him, does the mind immediately override and then make it dukkha, even though the eye likes?
The first Chakku will give you that Dvesha effect because it's in the Ayatana. And the Mano will pick that up. Oh, that person name is in the Dhamma. The person name is not there in the Chakku. So it connects Chakku, what is being seen, with the Dhamma, and then make that person name and takes it as it's real.
Okay. Roughly understood.
Roughly understood. So tomorrow we will make it even more understanding.
Thank you.
Yes, Kalpana ji, after a long time. You wanted to ask, or you wanted to talk, or you want, because you are on mute? No, nothing. Okay. I can't even hear you because you are on mute.
I just wanted to say thank you.
No worries. You're always welcome.
Yeah.
So basically that's how it works. So you need a razor like what I can say, observation, by slowing down the whole process to see what is creating what. Is the Chakku getting this, or Sota getting this, or Ghana getting this, or Jiva? Because all are consciousness, all have its own consciousness. There's not one consciousness. There's 6 consciousness, 6 Vinnana, 6 cognitions, right? And the 6 ayatanas, 6 fields of experience. And you can experience in 18 ways, right? So I need to check which one. When I see that person whom I love, that body is creating it, or the look of that person is doing it. So it becomes Chakku Vinnana. But it'll be slowly replaced when I hold that person's hand to Kaya Vinnana. Then she speaks, goes into Sota Vinnana. Then she farts. What happens? Which Vinnana? Kaya Vinnana. So now I go back. Why? The smell is intolerable. So Ghana Vinnana, right? So now each one of them will go and hit on the Chitta. This is Raga. This is Dvesha. This is Moha. This is Raga. This is Dvesha. This is Moha. So the Chitta is continuously churning out, oh, this came and this left, this came, this left, this came, this left. And hence Buddha says there's not one single Chitta which you can hold it as mine, because the ayatana itself is not yours. The senses itself are not yours. Where's the question of saying the Chitta is permanent? Squared.
Yeah, I guess my overall question is because these 6 are 6 Vinnana for sure, granted, but they all share the same symbol for this person. So they somehow had a connection.
Tomorrow, since yes, it's going to be long, we will take that when we meet tomorrow. It's a good question.
That doesn't have to, but yeah.
No. Even if you are available, it will take at least an hour plus, which makes no sense. So we take it slowly. Okay, so presently, before closing, you have to see yourself and others as only 6 senses. And that's it. That's the starting point of dukkha. Because the senses are replaced by the person. Even though it is quite evident, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 nose, 1 mouth, and the face, still I see that person as a person. That's happening in the ayatana. That is a field of experience. So I fight with another 6 senses. Not knowing it's just a 6 senses. What are you trying to fight with? Or love with? Love-hate relationship. What are you loving? To hate what? It's just 6 answers.
Yeah, that's part of my question, that how does love and hate can swap in a second within the same object.
There's one sutta where Buddha says he can't give an analogy for the chitta because it goes so fast. So I can't give anything. It's there in Anguttara Nikaya 1 point and odd. There's no example can be given for a chitta. So if you ask me how fast this becomes love-hate relationship, you have to find a wisdom path to get there.
And typically, the more you love, the more you hate. So it's like
Not like that. As the Vinnana clicks on this, the resistant feeling will get onto the chitta as raga. Then the moment it is changed, it changes itself into dvesha. So it's nothing like love-hate as love-hate. You see there's love, you hear there can be hate. Meaning, I see this person very happy, but when he opens up his mouth, I'm very unhappy because he abuses. So in that, it is replaced by dukkha is coming, so it replaces it to dvesha. Well, let's take that tomorrow. Okay, so final thoughts. Before leaving, Mano is the identity or a story, an object. Mano Vinnana, that maintains that object in that state, because that's a mental object on which it is staying, the Vinnana. The Chitta indicates a quality of the mind which is attached to. So it is having raga, it is having dvesha, it is having moha. And hence Buddha says, a Suttava person will never understand Mano, Vinnana, Chitta. He is so right. Right? So when I went to VRI, removed the Mano, VRI is in the Mano. Mano Vinnana, you get into the room. He says Shunyagara. I want to sit in Shunyagara. What Shunyagara? Boss, this whole room is Shunyagara. You couldn't get here, you will get there. Wow. Excellent. That's Mano Vinnana. Oh, Vilas, no. Cut it. Out. Out it goes. He can call whatever. It's a room. What's the difference between Dhamma hall and that small empty room? And your room where you're staying? All are room only, right? Why do you attach special thing on that Shunyagara? No, cut it, Vilas. Out. Then the Chitta doesn't have Raga, Dvesha, Moha. VRI is the Moha. Out. Sitting in the Dhamma hall will give me all that pleasure, think Dhara Prava, then Bhanga, then this and that. Nothing. Zero. Out. No Raga. Goenka. Cut Goenka. Vilas, cut Goenka. That person is going to damage you into Raga and Dvesha. Then what left? Nothing. No dukkha. So the 10 days was only and only sukha, because VRI was not found at all. Otherwise, that assistant teacher who sent me would have asked me, that's the reason I know you are a theoretical person, you are talking, you don't get experience. So I had to tell him that animitta, apanihita, shunyata is the path to nibbana, not nimitta, nihita, and no shunyata. So if I join Google Archive, remove Google from the building. If I do that, I don't have to quit. I don't have to stay either. So then there's no love-hate relationship. See, I love Google and you don't, because you are working for Google and I'm not. So now, if I tell you 10 things why I should work with Google, you'll come with 10 things why I should not be joining Google. Now, either you are mad or I'm mad. Right? Why? Because Google is something in the mind, Mano, which is a part of Ayatana, Mana Ayatana, and that is giving. One second. Dilip, ಹೇಳಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಈಗ 5 ನಿಮಿಷ. Okay. So Google is that coming into raga. So the more I come to Google, the more the raga. So this time when I'm around your place, I'll say, let's have lunch in Google. Let's have lunch in Google. So that as much as I enjoy Google, better. And then you say, Vilas, you know what? Last time I took you so many times. This time I think we'll go to some other restaurant. I say, no, Google once at least. Twice, thrice, 4 times. Why? It will give me the pleasure of working in Google. And I love and you hate. Because you are in Google and I want to be in Google. You see this one? What if we both are not in Google? Will you hate? No. Will you love? No. So you be in Google and not be in that. Esevanto dukkassa. Okay, I think I've crossed time a lot. See you guys. See you tomorrow.